Good morning, dear children. Welcome back. I'm well. Hope that you are also well by the grace of God. As we have completed our summer vacation holiday, now we will start our regular usual classes. So today we will start with chapter 3 playing with numbers exercise 3.5 as we have already discussed the introduction part of it. So let's start the video. So here is our first question. Which of the following statements are true? So A, if a number is divisible by 3, it must be divisible by 9. So it is false because we know that suppose for example 6. 6 is divisible by 3. That means 3 into 2 is equal to 6. But 6 is not divisible by 9. So it is false. B, if a number is divisible by 9, it must be divisible by 3. This is true because you see 18 is divisible by 9 and that 18 is also divisible by 3. Another example you can take like 27 is divisible by 9. 27 is also divisible by 3. Because 3 is a factor of 9, so if a number is divisible by 9, it must be divisible by 3 also. Then C, a number is divisible by 18 if it is divisible by both 3 and 6. It is false. You see, 30, suppose we are taking an example like 30. 30 is divisible by both 3 and 6. 3 into 10 is equal to 30 and 6 into 5 is equal to 30. But it is not divisible by 10. 30 is not divisible by 10. So it is false. Then D, if a number is divisible by 9 and 10 both, then it must be divisible by 90. It is true because 9 into 10 is equal to 90. So if a number is divisible by 9 and 10 together both, then it must be divisible by 90. And E, if two numbers are co-prime, at least one of them must be prime. It is false because to be a co-prime, there is no necessary rule to be that they both need to be prime. Both can be composite also. One can be composite, one can be prime also. So it is false. Suppose 15 and 32, both are co-prime. Okay, and they are composite number. They are not prime numbers. Now F, all numbers which are divisible by 4 must also be divisible by 8. It is incorrect because 4 into 2 we can take example is 8, so it is divisible. But another example like 12 if you are taking, 4 into 3 is 12. But 12 is not divisible by 8. That is why it is false. But G, it is given all number which are divisible by 8 must also be divisible by 4. Yes, it is correct because 4 is a factor of 8. 8 is equal to 2 into 4. So, all the number which are divisible by 8 must also be divisible by 4. It is correct. H, if a number exactly divides two numbers separately, it must exactly divide their sum. It is true. Suppose 2 divides 4 and 8 as well as 12. 2 divides 4 or not? 2 into 2 is 4. 2 into 4 is 8. And if you add, if you are finding the summation of 8 and 4, that means 12 we are getting, that is also divisible by 2. Yes, so it is true. And I, if a number exactly divides the sum of the two numbers, it must exactly divide the two numbers separately. It is false because 2 divides 12. That means 2 into 6 is 12. But does not divide 7 and 5. If we are adding 7 and 5, we are getting 12. So 12 is divided by 2. But it is not divide. 2 doesn't divide 7 and 5 togetherly. So question number 1 is over. Now we will start question number 2. So here are two different factor trees for 60. Write the missing number. Factor trees, these all we have done in our previous classes. So here you can see 60 is divided twice. Okay, like let me see this one. Okay, here 60 is there. 6 into 10 we are getting 60. Yes, again this 6, 2 into what will be 6? If we are dividing 6 by 2, what number we are getting? 3. So here is the answer will be 3. Then again 10 is there. Yes, 10. 5 into what number will be 10? So if we are dividing 10 by 5, we are getting 2. That means here the answer is 2. So this is the correct answer. Okay, then this second one you try to do by yourself. 60 is here and 30 into what will be 60? You divide 60 by 30, you will get the answer. Then 30 is here, 10 into what will be 30? So you divide 30 by 10, you will get the answer. Now 10 is here. 10, two numbers both are missing here, okay? So any two number if you multiply, you will get 10 starting from the lowest number. 2 into 5 is 10. You can write 2 and 5 also, or 5 and 2. This second part you do by yourself. Okay, this one you do by yourself. This one I have already done here. Hope so you have understood this. A solution I am showing in the next part. So here is the solution here. So given that here 6 is equal to 2 into missing number. So missing number is what? 6 divided by 2. We are getting 3. The one answer is 3. Similarly 10 is equal to 5 into missing number. So missing number here 10 divided by 5, 2. So both the answers are 3 and 2. You do the next part by yourself. Now question number 3 here. Which factor are not included in the prime factorization of a composite number? The answer is 1 and the number itself are not included in the prime factorization of a composite number. Okay, if you are finding out the composite number, prime factorization of a composite number, 1 and the number we are not included in that. Next move to question number 4. So question is here, write the greatest 4-digit number and express it in terms of its prime factors. Okay, so greatest 4-digit number we all know, that is 9999. So we are finding out the prime factor now, starting with the smallest digit, smallest prime number 2, but since 9999 is an odd number, it is not divisible by 2. So we have started with 3. So directly it is divisible. 3 into 3333, it is directly divisible. Okay, 3 into 3333. Again, this 333 is divisible by again 3. 3 into 1111. And again this 1111 is divisible by 11. Okay, not by, we have tried, but by 5 it is not divisible since the last digit is 1. Then 7 it is not divisible. That way 11 directly it is divisible. 11 into 101, it is 1111. So this is the n. Again 101 is not divisible by any other number. Hence the prime factorization of 9999 is 3 into 11 into 101. Question number 5 is a bit similar with question number 4. Here it is given, write the smallest 5-digit number and express it in the form of its prime factor. So smallest 5-digit number we all know, that is 10,000. Same we are finding out the factor, like 2 into 5,000 is 10,000. Then 2 into 2,500 is 5,000. 2 into 1,250 is 2,500. Then 2 into 625 is 1,250. 5 into 125 is 625. 5 into 25 is 125. 5 into 5 is 25 and 5 into 1 is 5. So the factors of the smallest 5-digit number, that is 10,000, are the 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. Okay. Now question number 6, find all the prime factor of 1729 and arrange them in ascending order. Now state the relation, if any, between the two consecutive prime numbers. So directly we are finding out the prime factor of 1729. So it is not divisible by the 2 or 3 or 5. Directly it is divisible by 7. So we have started with 7. 7 into 247 is 1729. Then 13 into 19 is 245. And 19 into 1 is 19, since 19 is a prime number. So the factors are what? 7 into 13 into 19 into 19. Okay, 1 no need to write. So we have already they are arranged in ascending order. Okay, 7, 13, 19. And what is the relation between them? You can see if you subtract this 19, just wait, 19 and 13, if we subtract, we are getting 6. And 13 and 7, if we are subtracting, then we are getting 6. So this is the relation between that. We see the difference between between two consecutive prime factors are 6. Okay.